Welcome as always, guys. In this video we are looking at Sergeant Griggs dropping into Verdansk 84 using melee only, trying to get a dub. And we're also going to be discussing how to get 1,000 subscribers for your YouTube channel to get monetization, with also 4,000, with the requirement of 4,000 watch time hours for a period of 12 months. Reason why we're doing this is because I know that there are viewers of mine who have their own YouTube channel, and so I wish to share my experience so that hopefully it may aid you. I can tell you my story, that way it might motivate you, it might impact you, it might help you out in some way. I've got some tips and tricks that, you know, kind of, maybe not tips and tricks that worked for me, but I can tell you like some of the mistakes maybe I made or what worked for me. It definitely is a bit of a long journey, to say the least, but let's start at the beginning. So originally I come from a small community. The original community I come from is a game called H1Z1. This game was massive on the PC and was a fair size in its prime on the PlayStation 4. And I came from the PlayStation 4 version because I play on PlayStation 4. And yeah, coming from that community, the game when I came into that game, it was not in its prime. In fact, the community had exited. There was two drops within the community, and then I came. So the game got revived. It was great, and then it changed. It was a just survive game, and then it changed to this battle royale mode, and then it changed again into it just died out a little bit, and then a new kind of set of people came, and that's when I found the game. And basically this game is a third-person shooter. It is I just missed that, it's classic. Third-person shooter. It's just like PUBG, if I can describe it best I can if you don't know. And so yeah, I started playing that. The reason why I started playing that was because I was very impressed with the first of all, I was late to the gaming scene. Not like completely late because I grew up on games and stuff like that, but I had a 10-year gap. I bought a PlayStation 4 for the first time, played it pretty much for the first time about 2 years ago. Like, no jokes. 2.5 years ago maybe. I know it's been out for ages, but I was busy with life, so I didn't really have time to, you know. But I bought it, and I figured if I'm gonna be playing games and stuff, then might as well try to do something productive and get something out of it. So producing something is somewhat productive, especially if it goes somewhere, and that was the whole motivation behind it. Also, I needed to clear my hard drive space, so I had to kind of upload clips onto YouTube so that I would have those. And so what happened is I started getting good at this game, H1Z1, and hopefully if there's anyone watching this from the community of H1Z1 that knows me, they can vouch for that. It'd be great. But yeah, I got pretty good at the game, and the content was mostly just montages and stuff like that. It went from montages to like trick shots, you know, but the community itself was kind of dying out, and the EU server that I was actually on was pretty bad. There were 3 servers originally. One server was a Japanese server. That stun was an accident, by the way. One server was a Japanese server, which died out. We had an EU server, which is the one I was on, because I lagged really badly on the NA server, which is the North America server. And then you had the North America server, which was way more popular. And so anyone that had a YouTube channel on that server had a bigger community. They had larger access to an audience, and people knew them, and so they would kind of automatically have a you know, a larger sub base. And my sub count on that game, the highest I got was 350, and it's the same channel that I have now. So I gained about 350 subs, and it took a while to get even that, you know. Then with the American players, those players had, the successful players had anywhere between 800 to 1200, but the average, I'd say the average Joe probably all had about more than 400, because their community was a lot larger, even though we started like sharing a community, and there was a lot of people that was kind of fighting for to keep the game alive. I think this guy was trying to do a drone or something. I don't know what he was doing. He was just standing there. I don't think he expected me to turn in like that. Yeah, so there was a lot of people that was trying to fight to keep this game alive. I mean, it's currently dead. I mean, there's hardly, you got 105 people in the lobbies, I believe, when it's maxed out. In the EU servers, which is the one I was playing for, it went from like 100 to 80 to 60 to 40, and sometimes even to 12. It became really bad, and it was really sad to see, because it was loved by so many people, but the game itself just became kind of pathetic to, the community were the ones really holding it together, and so there wasn't a future. Long story short, there wasn't a future in that game, and there definitely wasn't a future to run a channel. And ideally, what I was trying to do is, I realized early that if I don't add value to the viewers, then the channel isn't going to do very well, because at the moment all I'm doing is putting out montages and stuff, and that's great if you want to show people, hey, this is what I can do, but I realized that there was more to it than just kind of showing people, I wanted to add value. I wanted to give some type of aid if I could, and I couldn't do that because there wasn't enough updates. There was no news content to cover. I tried to cover like battle passes when they dropped, but the developers were so lazy. Oh, okay, I just tried to finish that guy and it didn't work. I don't know what happens. It just taps him. I hold the button down, it just taps him, and then anyways, and then he gets the finisher on me. But I guess that's just how this game goes sometimes. So yeah, so I was sitting at 350 subs for a while, trying different things out, and the stuff that I was putting out was just like montages and trick shots and stuff. Got pretty good at the game. It was just kind of entertaining people and stuff, but I realized that there was no future, so I moved over to Warzone. I did play Warzone when it first came out, and it gave me a big headache, because the game I was playing, like the H1Z1 game I was from, was a third person, so the camera movement was zoomed out, and it was very different. Like I know, I used to play Black Ops 2, right? So I know, just as a casual player, so I know how first person shooter looks and stuff, but I never adopted Apex Legends. I didn't try out any other first person shooter. When I play a game, I kind of stick to that game. I don't really kind of, I'm not one of those people that go from game to game to game. I like to get good at a game, and I just kind of go all out on one game, right? So that was my go-to game. I tried Warzone. It didn't really fit at the time, and I returned around season 3, towards the end of season 3, and I knew that there was going to be a future in Warzone because of the simple fact that it was going to transition to the next title, as well as the fact that it's Call of Duty, and Call of Duty has a huge history, right? So any channel that has been covering Call of Duty for a while now, it's gonna have it's gonna have an established rank within the searches, because they only talk about Call of Duty stuff, whether it be Cold War, Warzone, Modern Warfare. And Modern Warfare did very great for a lot of content creators. Modern Warfare provided a lot of content, and the guys at Activision and Infinity Ward did a great job of providing updates and stuff like that. So it was frequently updated, and it gave means for content creators to kind of like be active. And I didn't get that with H1 basically, right? The game was so that I tried to finish this guy and didn't work again. I didn't get that with H1Z1, but with Warzone there was like continuous updates, and there was stuff to talk about, but it was also a huge saturation, right? So I realized that there is a future in this game, but like I said, you have to add value in order to kind of get anywhere, unless you're like a pro player or something like that, right? So here's the thing. I was kind of studying, I hit the books and stuff. I wanted to really make a go at it, and I really wanted to get monetization. Like I really got fixated on getting monetization. I figured that if I got some form of payment from what I was doing, it would like justify what I was doing. Yeah, it wouldn't be like a waste of time just playing computer games or whatever. Not to say that no one can, you know, I'm not trying to judge anyone or whatever, but if I'm doing something, if I'm spending time on something, I like to, first of all, I like to produce. Then I like to, I like it to be productive. Yeah, and my brother is my little brother. He's a gamer. He's a bit of a he was a hardcore gamer actually, and I actually spoke to him about making a channel. I said, look, you're good, man. Why don't you make a channel? At least you can get something out of it, and you know, all you're doing is playing anyway. So why not just kind of hit record and see if it goes anywhere or whatever? And he was like, nah, I don't really. He weren't really feeling it. He didn't like the camera idea and all that type of stuff. But I said, okay, fine. You know, it is what it is. He's not feeling the idea. But then I figured if I'm playing, then why wouldn't I take my own advice? So I started. That's exactly what I did, right? Plus, I needed space on my hard drive. Right? You know, I had all these clips and stuff, so I really need to kind of make some space. So yeah, what happened is I tried to. I was aiming to get monetized, and I was trying to learn about the YouTube algorithm, and you know how it all works, and what is needed and stuff. And you know, one of the biggest things is that you know you need to be a big part of the community, right? Being active in the community, adding to the conversation, is a huge part of kind of being, you know, to add value. You need to know what's being spoken about and stuff. And I figured that there was information people needed to know. Um, and I started kind of like dropping like leaks and stuff and advanced like previews and looks and stuff like that. I was getting the information, putting that out there and stuff, and it really costed me. It costed me a lot. I got 2 copyright strikes on the channel, which was a devastating blow because obviously, you know, you're trying to build something and then it feels like the rug has been pulled out underneath your feet, and then I got demonetized. So they took away the ad revenue and stuff like that, and that was quite depressing because you know it took a while to kind of build and stuff. But um, sidetracking here because really I want to talk about how to get 1,000 subscribers and how to get the 4,000 watch time hours, right? And sorry, this is not scripted. This is just a conversation. But if you're enjoying the conversation or if you want to know more about this type of stuff, let me know in the comments below because this is just something that, you know, this is the first time I'm watching this gameplay. Besides from when I played it, I actually thought this was put out on the channel already, and then I've realized there's a couple of videos I've got and I haven't, and this was a little while ago as well, not that long ago, but it's just something I thought was already out there and I'd done, and then I figured, hey, this would be a great opportunity to get in touch, speak to my viewers, and have this gameplay just kind of playing in the background, and yeah, I know there's people out there that's got channels and stuff like that, and they want to get to monetization stage, so why not tell them what happened with me and how I did it and stuff. So yeah, so to get 1,000 subscribers, there is no shortcuts, right? Me personally, I was losing sleep. I was learning what I could about the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I was adding value where I could. I was making videos that were relevant that people wanted to watch, putting out the bundle reviews and stuff like that, you know, because that's always fun to see. The game style that I chose to adopt was melee only, because here's the thing, although it's hated upon in the community, right, and it is, people hate melee players because they don't want to get killed by them, but what it does do is it provides entertainment. You get a lot of rage comps, and I think there's this misconception. There's a big misconception that it's very easy to play like this. Oh, you're behind the shield and stuff like that. But until people try it, they don't realize just how hard it is. And so when people do try it, they respect it. But the thing is, also, is like there's literally like 100 million players out there that are all using guns. And so just imagine how many channels are using that. And I can think of, on the tip of my head, I can think of about only 5 melee players. So I wanted to definitely do something that was different. And yes, there is that risk that, oh, it's hated upon and stuff, and it's not going to be for everyone. Sure, I get that, no problem. But I enjoy it, and I know it makes great content for, like, you know, rage comms and stuff. It's very fancy and troll-like, which is great, because that kind of, to be honest with you, these guys, when they rage, that fuels me. That, like, that causes drive for me. You know, I love that, because it's hilarious. It's entertainment, and I've got like a few viral clips from this type of gameplay, and I don't know if I would ever get that from just guns. Maybe I would. I don't know, but you know, it's something different. I probably would have tried it in the other community in the old game if they had melee, but they didn't. So this is definitely something that was kind of fun to adopt, and most of all, I enjoy it, and it's very different. It's very unique in the sense it's not like everyone is doing it. Everyone's using guns, right? But this is something that's different. So it's something to stand out. So you want to do something that's different and stands out and stuff. You also want to add value, right? Because if you're contributing, then you're helping grow the community. You understand what the community means, yeah. And so I had this figure. I was sitting on 350 subscribers from my old community for quite a while, and it was slowly growing when I first started Warzone. I started putting out montages, yeah, and that's only because that's all that I knew. Okay, this fight looks a little intense here. There's a lot of people here. Okay, again, I don't know if I win or lose this fight. Sorry, this game. So I'm kind of watching it for the first time, but I'm gonna try to concentrate on what I'm saying. So yeah, so I didn't know. Okay, so let me start by saying, yeah, that the two questions that really helped me was from a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk. And for those who don't know, he's a business entrepreneur, a real tycoon in the business world, right? And dude's just smart as hell as well. Like, he's like, guy's just got so much wisdom and experience and stuff with things like this. And so he said that there's two types of channels out there. Yeah, there are educational channels and there's entertainment. So you gotta ask yourself, which one are you? And then you gotta ask yourself, what type of content you put out. Is it selfish, or is it to aid and help people, right? And now I realized that with the montages and stuff, I was kind of forced in my old community to put out what was kind of seemed as selfish, because the game was kind of too dead to teach anyone, because, you know, it wasn't really getting new people filling up the lobbies and stuff, and there was not enough to cover news and stuff. So basically I was only putting out montages to keep the ball rolling, but it was kind of pointless. So it had to be selfish, and I didn't want that to be the structure of the channel. I wanted to aid the community, like I keep saying, right? So I decided that, you know, I really contemplated and reflected on these questions, and I put out, I switched up the channel and its focus, and I really put things into perspective. And I think when people saw that there was value on the channel, they naturally kind of gravitated towards it, and it was like, hey, I didn't know that this guy helped me. He taught me something, or oh, this was kind of cool. I was entertained by this, and so they came to me instead of me looking for subscribers. It was like subscribers were coming to me, and that's literally how I reached the 1,000 mark, you know. And then I had a video, because I was like searching, like I was many sleepless nights. I was like searching for videos and searching for, and I got a video that was nice and early, and it went viral. And obviously that helps, you know. Actually, it helps and it doesn't help. Like, it really messes up your analytics, but it helps in the sense that obviously it gets you exposure, and yeah. So and with the 4,000 watch time hours, what I recommend is, obviously, if you have something that goes viral, then that definitely helps, because that's whatever it is, whether it be 30 seconds, as long as it's not a short, because those short videos don't really count towards the 4,000 hours. But as if it's not a short format, I should say, because there's hashtag shorts and then there's the actual short format, which is like the TikTok replacement style video, which is phone friendly upright videos. If it's one of those videos, if you had a video that went viral, then you probably wouldn't even have an issue with the 4,000 hours. But the thing that I recommend is concentrate on retention, which is one of the hardest things to do. You know, giving reason for people to come back to your videos. Like, you know, people only come back to your video if they're satisfied, if they're entertained, if they learn something new, if they're happy, if they felt good after watching your video, if they learned something. You know, all these type of feelings. If you create these type of feelings in your videos, or any one of those feelings, then it will bring people back for more. And so obviously that means more watch time. Have longer, possibly longer viewing videos. Premiere is a very good tool, which is on YouTube now, which is basically like you can upload a video, and when you make it go public, you can have it to go set to Premiere, which is like it builds up kind of anticipation and hype. And so you can have it like a few hours before the time you're gonna release it. People kind of come on there, and they'll set reminders on, or they'll drop comments and stuff. And all that stuff is kind of good to kind of, you know, get people interested in the content that you're gonna put out. And it's interesting. The format is done the way it is. It's like it's literally it's like a premiere. It's like, so the video will play. And I don't think you can rewind it for the first hour or so, depending on how long the video is. You can't really rewind it. I think I tried to finish that guy, but he wouldn't stop moving, so that was a shame. But yeah, I didn't really get to see the finisher that much, where he sweep kicks and shoots. But yeah, so the premiere is quite interesting. The 4,000 watch time hour method. Longer videos do well. Videos on certain topics. Like I did a video on traces, which I'm going to do another one actually for Cold War. But the Modern Warfare one did really well. So yeah, videos like that, informative videos do well, and they will help you reach those 4,000 watch time hours. Anyways guys, if you enjoy the content, please drop a like. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do something like this again. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay well. Take care.